fastest and which one is the most dangerous. Alright, let's kick it off with Paris Promenade. Now, just like last time, I'm looking for unsafe edges, speed boosts, and jumps. I'm looking for any sort of dangerous creatures, vehicles, objects, or environmental hazards. And right away, we got what appears to be some wood posing as dangerous creatures. I would have liked to have seen these safety cones on the other side, but that's okay. The good news about this track is that we've got some nicely paved roads and very few obstacles so far. The bad news is that it appears we are about to be launched towards the Eiffel Tower. Okay, we've seen this before. Luckily now we know that these are just made out of wood, so we've got nothing to worry. Overall though, Paris Promenade isn't super dangerous. 7.1 out of 10. On to Toad Circuit, where right away we've got a giant toad balloon just kind of looming ominously over us, but it's not necessarily dangerous, I suppose. In fact, this whole track is actually very safe. We've got directional arrows and red and white markers on the sides of the roads. I like the use of these safety cones here, although we could have done without these speed boosts. Despite that, Toad Circuit gets a 9.8 out of 10. Alright, starting out pretty strong so far. Let's see if we can keep it going with Choco Mountain. Right away, we've got some very dangerous edges here with no guardrails, and unlike these onlookers, believe it or not, I cannot fly. That is, unless we have one of these blue ramps here, but this is definitely not safe. Okay, while I do appreciate the warning about the boulders falling, I don't appreciate the fact that there are boulders falling.
There are a lot of forest terrain.
This is a dangerous track. 4.8 out of 10. Next up is Coconut Mall, and here's a free safety tip for you guys. Don't drive through malls. Luckily, it looks like this mall is closed for customers right now, so we don't have to worry about accidentally running anyone over, at least. That being said, there's lots of tight paths with pillars and other obstacles to avoid. Okay, looks like the only way out of this mall is by jumping out of a window from the second story. Excuse me, sir, I'm not sure if you're aware, but you are parked in the middle of the road. Coconut Mall gets a 6.7 out of 10. On to Tokyo Blur, and with these tour tracks, each of the 3 laps is slightly different, but I gotta say, after one lap, I didn't find a single safety infraction here. We might just be looking at the first ever perfect safety score. Okay, never mind. I do like the safety measures in place here, heading onto the highway. They've even got a worker on duty here. Interesting he didn't mention the thwomps right around the corner, though. After such a promising start, Tokyo Blur ends up with a 7.9 out of 10. Here we are at Shroom Ridge. The weather is perfect, and we've got a beautiful view here. I would like to see some better precautions in place for some of these unsafe edges here, but overall we've got a good amount of guardrails and directional arrows. The main thing to look out for though is the other traffic on the road, but as long as you take your time and pass only when it's safe to do so, then it's really not a problem at all. Shroom Ridge gets an 8 out of 10. Next we've got Sky Garden. Right away, I'm impressed with the structural integrity of these clouds. Although I would like to see some more
enemies so good at getting the jump on us?
Overall. Besides that, we've got some.
These are our heroes of the world who saved our road from the great evil that lurked beneath.
Okay, Ninja Hideaway.
And fought all sorts of damnable creatures. But nope, they're getting jumped by a bunch of rabid dogs.
So this is an interesting building. We've got some unsafe edges on the left, and okay. Let me just write this down here. Giant shuriken death trap. Okay, yeah, I don't think the people who designed this place had safety on their minds. Excuse me, sir, I would like to speak to the designer of this trap. Okay, but yeah, after flying across a large gap and being propelled across more rooftops, I can confidently say that this is not a safe track. 3.9 out of 10.
This boss fight will be the death of you. And I mean that literally. If none of your party members have died up to this point, I don't need to save. And everyone's XP is still equal. This guy will definitely make it so that isn't the case anymore. Aha! I am Astos, King of the Dark Elves, I have Matoya's crystal, and you shall give me that crown now. You know, you could have kept the disguise a little longer so that we didn't have to fight you, but it's alright. Also, they played that music, that fanfare, even though this is supposed to be a chilling reveal for a villain. Anyway, this is Astos. He has this little skill. I don't know if you know about it, but it's this little thing. He calls it death, and yeah, you can guess what it does.
New York Minute, where we start off by immediately driving through a park. Now, I don't know what part of New York this is,
thankfully
but
we have
it
silence.
is way less crowded than I expected it to be. Whoa, someone should probably look into that. Anyways, we've got some taxis just parked in the middle of the road here.
That'd be
Classic
great.
New York. And it looks like we're finishing up this track by driving through a fancy hotel to get to a garage. Okay, I thought this was common knowledge, but I'll say it just in case. Typically, you do those things in the reverse order.
Oh yeah.
Despite that, this is still a pretty safe track overall.
Oh, he tried to cast
7.2
death
out of
just
10.
now.
Next up, we've got SNES Mario Circuit 3. And I gotta say, I'm getting a lot of good vibes from this place already. First of all, we're completely walled in. We've got red and white safety markings and sand on the sides of the road to slow us down. Now, there are a few oil spills along the way, but great work by whoever put these traffic cones in front of them. We finish up with a mini speed boost here, but this is definitely one of the safest tracks in the game. 9.7 out of 10. Over
just
to the
tried to do it
hot
again.
and dry
Fucking
Calamari
bastard.
Desert. While the heat is a concern, and we've got a bunch of spiky cacti close to the road, the main source of
Booyah.
danger here are definitely the trains. Clearly, there's a severe
Alright,
lack of safety
I swear he's
measures in
usually way
place
harder
around
than
these
that.
tracks. I don't know what happened to the railroad crossing gates, but they're definitely needed here. And okay, we are driving on the train tracks. I don't think I have to explain why this is dangerous. Calamari Desert gets a 5.4 out of 10. Onto Waluigi
Alright, we got
So in the last
Matoya's
video,
crystal.
we covered
So
a
now we
few
gotta go find
Mario
Matoya.
tracks, and those were not very safe to say the least. So
Man,
my
due to how the
expectations
movement
aren't very
works, we
high
can't
for
sit
Red,
on throne.
And yeah, we are not off to a great start here. But honestly, besides a couple of unsafe speed boosts and jumps, it's surprisingly pretty safe here. We're nicely
I believe
walled
Matoya's
in,
literally
and-
just north.
Oh. Okay, I take back everything I just said. Let's just carefully make our way through here.
Apparently there is
and let's
river in
give
the way.
Waluigi Pitfall a 6.3 out of 10. Now we've got Sydney Sprint, and I've never been to Australia, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not common to drive through buildings, then fly off a ramp over some water to reach the road. But hey, if you're Australian, let me know in the comments. Besides a couple more jumps like that, there's actually
shit, we're
nothing
poisoned.
super egregious going on here. I'm gonna give Sydney Sprint an 8.1 out of 10. Next up, we've got Snowland, where the roads are completely slicked over with ice, and I immediately don't feel safe. Alright, slightly further ahead, we've got some cracked ice and penguins sliding around here. Not what I would consider the safest driving surface, but if you've got some good tires and can avoid falling through the ice, there are definitely more dangerous tracks out there. 6.5 out of 10. Alright, onto Mushroom Gorge. And immediately I can tell where the name of this track came from. Although this doesn't really seem like a gorge to me, considering we're high up in the clouds. But anyways, we've got a classic dangerous combination of speed boosts and unsafe edges here. And yeah, I wouldn't consider this the safest driving conditions. Mushroom Gorge gets a 5.3 out of 10. Here we are now at Sky High Sunday. Let's see how safe it is here. Okay, not a great start. While this place is full of delicious looking treats, it's also full of sticky, narrow paths with no safety rails and large gaps we need to
I'm
jump
gonna go
over.
grind
Despite
before we
wanting
go
to
progress.
consume everything
I
here,
want more money.
I unfortunately have to give
I wanna
Sky
get
High
level 4
Sunday a
slots.
4.4 out of 10. Next up, we've
More
got London
spells.
Loop. London, of course, known for its rich history, its beautiful architecture, its assortment of shops and restaurants, its giant chain shops. For the most part, though, this has been a very safe track. Oh, maybe I can just scoot over here. Oh no. But yeah, as I was saying, for the most part, this has been a pretty safe, and the chain chomps are loose. I'm starting to think it's actually not safe here. 6.6 out of 10. On to Boo Lake now, where we've got a bunch of ghosts flying around, but honestly, I'm more concerned about the structural integrity of these wooden planks. The Boos are just kind of minding their own business. Okay, I want to know whose genius idea it was to build this dock underwater. Like, what are we trying to accomplish here? Besides drowning. 4.9 out of 10. Here we are on top of Rock Mountain. Right away, we've got some very dangerous edges, and considering we are above the clouds, that is not a fall I would like to experience. So let's make our way through this dimly lit cave, and surely we could have come up with a better method for getting back to the ground safely here. Oh, okay. So while I do appreciate these very sturdy cones, unfortunately this is the only path we can take. Alright, let's just hope for the best. Rock Mountain is a very unsafe track. 4.7 out of 10. Alright, we've made it to the beautiful Maple Treeway. Early on, this turn is looking a little dangerous here, and okay. Let me write this one down. Giant tree cannon. Okay, we've got some leaf piles. Gotta be careful with these. Who knows what kind of sharp objects could be under here. You know, these guys are actually pretty cute. 5.2 out of 10. Over to Germany now for Berlin byways. Right away, we've got a little bit of traffic here, but nothing too dangerous so far. We've got some good usage of directional arrow signs and even some caution markers in front of these parked cars. We do have to drive through some unconventional places, and I think I may have taken a wrong turn somewhere. Okay, I know what you're thinking. These guys are definitely dangerous, but if you get up nice and close to them, they're actually quite friendly. This is a bit of an odd track to score, but I'm going to give Berlin Byways a 7 out of 10. Next up is the lovely Peach Gardens. Just a beautiful array of vibrant greens and colorful flowers and more giant chain chomps. Why does this keep happening? Okay, I don't know what they're feeding these plants, but this is getting a little out of control. Oh, alright, we've got a whole problem now. What is going on in this garden? Now, normally I'm against my car flying, but in this scenario, I think it's better than being on the ground. Peach Gardens gets a 5.8 out of 10. On to the Winter Wonderland, Merry Mountain. This is obviously a very festive place, but how safe is it? Well, early on we've got some dangerous snowy edges here that I almost just fell off of.
I like Final Fantasy Renaissance so far,
guardrails here,
but the fact that it faithfully recreates the NES version
wrapping up this track with a steep
drives me nuts.
decline off of a ramp.
And they added a run button, but
a 6.4 out of 10. Okay, we are in
this game faithfully adapts even the clunkiest parts of the game.
Even if we ignore the whole suffocating from
why couldn't they have sped up the game?
This track is extremely dangerous. There's barely any guardrails, tons of windy, wavy roads. We've got speed boosts and jumps over gaps. Just plenty of easy opportunities to fall off into the never-ending void of outer space. And oh yeah, there's also space chain chomps. 1 out of 10. Over to Amsterdam Drift now, and I've heard lovely things about this place. The people, the beautiful scenery, the big flying jumps over water, the mole infestation, the roads that take you underwater, the flower gardens filled with giant man-eating piranha plants. This doesn't sound very safe. 5.1 out of 10. Next up is Riverside Park, a very nice jungle-like setting. We've got some nice wide roads here and sturdy enough looking bridges, and what the heck are these? Oh, great use of safety cones here. But yeah, we've got some little piranhas waddling around everywhere. Obviously, it's dangerous always having pedestrians walking around in the road, but it's better than them eating us. So Riverside Park gets a 6.9 out of 10. On to the cold, snowy DK Summit, where it looks like we'll be taking a ski lift up to... Okay, not quite what I had in mind. Yeah, I could be wrong, but I don't think this place is meant for cars. The track is made up entirely of downhill, bumpy, snowy, slippery surfaces with some very dangerous
I wonder if I can
edges.
play with a controller.
How are these snowboarders completely unfazed that a car is driving straight towards them right now? I'll give DK Summit a 4.8 out of 10. Okay, so we've made it to Yoshi's Island, and there is a lot going on here. First, we've got some interesting pedestrians.
Well, I just need to rebind some stuff.
I'm just gonna squeeze on through here. Oh, okay. And there are piranha plants. Let's just hope it gets better from here. Okay. Alright, so we made it out of the water, but now we've got some very unsafe-looking edges, and whatever that is in the distance, yeah, I don't think I've felt safe here for more than 1 second. I'm just going to try to not crash back into the ground and give Yoshi's Island a 2.4 out of 10.
Use world ability.
Rush now. And early
Isn't
on,
that
I'm not
just
a fan
something
of
the
having to
thief
drive
does?
through this water, but at least we're not completely submerged, so that's good. Okay, side note. What are they feeding these vegetables? I'm not a food inspector, but are those safe to eat? Anyways, after getting a nice, dangerous view of the city, we'll make our way through this garage and... Wait, hold up. I thought I saw something. Yeah, they got milk from Moo Moo Meadows all the way out here? That's pretty cool. Anyways... Next, we've got DS Mario Circuit, and I have high hopes for this one, since we've had pretty good luck with the other Mario circuits. Okay, I don't know what it is with these tracks and their rampant jaywalking problems, but they really need to get that under control. Anyways, we've got some good red and white safety markings, and what is going on here? Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. This is not safe. Oh, looks like someone's taking a little nappy poo over here. But it's a good thing you're not stomping around on the road. Ah, he's stomping! 6.6 out of 10. Alright, back for another Waluigi track with Waluigi Stadium. And I am not getting a great first impression here. In my records of good safety protocols, I don't believe I have giant ramps leading through spinning fireball circles in there, but I'll have to double check that. You know, as I'm going through this track, I can definitely see why Waluigi and Wario are such good friends. Waluigi Stadium gets a 4.3 out of 10. Here we are now at Singapore Speedway. The city is looking alive with a bunch of bright, vibrant colors and... Oh, come on, not one of these. Alright, let's see what's going on up here. Looks like we got some unsafe edges and some speed boosts. Yeah, this track is not off to a great start. Again, this place is beautiful, but they really have to cut down on their obsession with sending cars flying all over the place. Singapore Speedway is a 6 out of 10. On to Athens Dash, where early on we've got a lovely view of the water in the distance, while jumping off a dangerous ramp onto some precarious stone pillars. Now let's just fly off these stairs and... Oh, okay. I feel like these caution fences maybe should have been placed before dropping in here, but let's continue on. Okay, it appears to me that Athens has a strange fascination with launching cars off of cliffs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my spine checked after this, and there are boulders here. This is not a very safe track. 5 out of 10. Alright, we are in the middle of the ocean now on Daisy Cruiser. I don't think I have to tell you all to not drive your car onto cruise ships, but I figured I'd mention it just to be sure. Okay, I'm not sure why everyone seems to be unfazed by their tables sliding around everywhere, but this is not safe. But you know what else isn't safe? Driving through an underwater aquarium. I'm going to give Daisy Cruiser a 5.6 out of 10. We've got a full moon here on Moonview Highway. I'm not sure what this grate is supposed to be accomplishing, but I'd like to see some guardrails here instead. Normally on this kind of track with lots of other cars, I'd just take my time and drive a little slower, but they basically force you to speed here. Oh yeah, there's also bombs. 5.5 out of 10. Okay, so I have managed to shrink myself and make my way inside this bathroom for squeaky clean sprint. Anyways, let's immediately try not to drown in this sink here. Now, a little bit further ahead, let's hold our breath again. And it looks like we've got some toothbrushes in the tub. That's a sign of danger right there, if I've ever seen one. Let's finish up the track by flying over a giant toilet, and I'll give Squeaky Clean Sprint a 5.2 out of 10. Next up, we've got Los Angeles Laps, where we start off by driving on a pier and then a beach. So as someone who is pretty familiar with Los Angeles, the lack of other cars is very unsettling. It makes me feel like I'm in some kind of post-apocalyptic bizarro Los Angeles. Anyways, let's fly over a baseball stadium. That plus this active construction site are the most dangerous parts of this track, so I'll give Los Angeles Laps a 7.1 out of 10. On to Sunset Wilds now, and it looks like we've got a nice, flat, completely walled-in track, so it's looking pretty good so far. Ooh, okay, we got some safety cones too in front of this puddle. I like what I'm seeing here. Now, I'm curious about these dinosaur tracks too, but these archaeologists have got to be more aware of their surroundings. Overall though, this is a pretty safe track. 8.3 out of 10. Here we are at Koopa Cape, starting off with a not-so-safe jump here. I really like how they curve these red grates upward, and then immediately decided to abandon that concept altogether. Let's avoid some pedestrians now, and head to the water slide portion of this track. I do like the use of the black and yellow caution lines here. What I don't like is how my car is being carried down a rapid river. The combination of using water to try to drown me and also carry me away makes this a dangerous track. 4.6 out of 10. Over to Vancouver Velocity now, and I've heard great things about this city too, but
I could probably take these guys on,
the safety of their bridges.
They are still most definitely not worth it.
Where are these bats coming from? This bridge though is surprisingly safe. Alright, now let's dangerously fly towards these very color-coordinated buildings, then drive through an ice skating rink. I don't know what's going on in here, but it's giving me weird culty vibes, so I'm just gonna leave as quickly as possible. Vancouver Velocity is a pretty dangerous track, 5.1 out of 10. Next up is Rome Avanti. I don't know what Avanti means, but I just hope it has nothing to do with chain chomps. Uh-oh. Let's continue on for now, past these unsafe edges and this big jump back to
is actually
ground.
a pretty bad spell.
Well-paved roads, good use
Unless
of
there's an enemy somewhere that's weak to time-based magic.
At the same time, we do have to drive up and down an unusual amount of staircases. And what's this? I appreciate the safety warning, I really do, but I would have preferred if they, I don't know, didn't make you drive past chain chomps? Maybe I was a little quick to judge. These appear to be, herbivorous, perhaps even domesticated chain chomps. So with that in mind, I will be giving Rome Avanti a 7.7 out of 10. Okay, we made it to DK Mountain, and I hope this car has four-wheel drive because it looks like we've got a steep uphill ahead of us. There's some unsafe edges early on, and okay, here we go. I don't know what it is with Donkey Kong and blasting us out of cannons, but this has got to stop. So now that we've got an active volcano to worry about, let's begin our descent. Okay, don't try this at home, but I'm going to test the structural integrity of this barrel here. Yep, just like I thought, not very good. Let's just... wait, what? Where did that replacement come from? I guess we've also got some kind of black magic to worry about. Also, boulders. Let's just cross this very sturdy-looking bridge.
So I can only select enemies by pressing up and down, which another thing that annoys me. Again, it's faithful to the original, but good gosh, it's annoying.
That none of this confetti blocks our vision. Right away, I'm loving the use of these traffic cones here. In fact, they may have even gone a little overboard to the point where they're almost like obstacles. I would have liked to have seen some of those cones and these giant speed boosts, but there's still plenty of space to drive around these. Daisy Serpent is an incredibly safe track, 9.9 out of 10. Alright, let's see if we can keep the good scores going with Piranha Plant Cove. I really wish these track designers would warn me when they're underwater. But yeah, most of this track is submerged, and when we're not underwater, we've got a bunch of piranha plants and unsafe jumps to look out for. But as if drowning wasn't enough of a concern, there's also aquatic thwomps and very bitey eels. This is a very unsafe track. 2.5 out of 10. Over to Madrid Drive now, and this has nothing to do with safety, but I'm pretty sure this isn't Spanish. So far, so good for Madrid. We've got a lot of nice restaurants to choose from, so many that I can overlook having to drive up these stairs. I can't overlook that, though. Same goes for these piranha plants a little bit later on, especially this one. Okay, we definitely can't be having this.
You know, let's try it.
Defecation of an official safety sign? Madrid, I'm disappointed in you. Come on. Now we're entering a market with some more disturbingly large vegetables. Okay, how are you so unfazed by this giant thwomp next to you? After a flying jump over some water and having to drive through a soccer field, I've determined that Madrid is a beautiful place where you can get very badly injured at any moment. 4.9 out of 10. Next up is Rosalina's Ice World.
Hell yeah.
I'm not sure why she decided to claim this pretty barren, icy land with very unsafe edges, but to each their own. Alright, looks like we've got a stalagmite and/or stalactite situation here. I always forget which one is which. But regardless, this is definitely not safe to drive under. Now let's just jump into this freezing cold ice water. If I didn't know any better, I think that Rosalina might be trying to kill us. 4.3 out of 10. Okay, SNES Bowser's Castle 3, the first and only Bowser track in the Booster Course Pass. I was hoping there would be 0, but here we are. As you can see, we've got a classic case of there's lava and fire everywhere, and I mean pretty much everywhere. Oh wait, what's this? Wow, thank you so much for these traffic codes. I feel so safe now. Anyways, let's continue on. We'll get past these bony piranha plants, and I'm gonna give Bowser's Castle 3 a... Alright, I have made it to the afterlife. I mean, Wii Rainbow Road. Besides the whole being in outer space thing, this track is dangerous in other ways. First of all, there's a severe lack of guardrails. At any point, we could easily free fall and go crashing back down to Earth. There's also dangerous speed boosts everywhere, making it incredibly difficult to regulate our speed around these unsafe edges.
Despite this being great grinding, it does eventually fall off once you hit double digits. And you definitely don't want to grind too much.
1.8 out of 10. And for the final results, here's
because
every Mario
you get the class change
DLC
eventually,
track,
and
from most dangerous
your
to
level
most
ups
safe.
become way
Thank
better
you so much for watching,
when
and
you
if
do that.
enjoy these kinds of
Or
videos,
it might
it
have
would
changed
mean a
in
lot
this
if you
game, who
subscribe.
knows.
And if you'd like to support me further, you can find a link to my Patreon either on screen or in the description. Any support there would be greatly appreciated, and it'll just help me continue to make these videos consistently moving forward. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Did that say 270 or 27 damage? First sucks, but I'm pretty sure the level 1, I don't have any choices when it comes to level 1 spells for the Time Mage. I might have had a choice, I don't remember. Yeah, they really aren't worth it, huh?
This isn't Taco Bell. We can speed past this in no time. Help this binge a lot better. Nothing else needed. Diamond! In order to kill a Phantom Cannon?
Wow.
There it is.
Alright, I'll stop when we get to level 13.
Get him!
Got a little too into
The
it.
shop's nice for this.
Oh boy.
Butcher 'em up. There we go. We do need all your wheat. So just buy them out and we're good. Of course, simmered tomato. The seafood one. The deep fried drumstick. The chef does all. Oh, I'm climbing. Ernest got leg strength. He saw nothing. Go! Restart running this way? Let's stay mad. It worked! In 3 clubs! You even have 1 extra now. Ramsey's strength knows no bounds. You know, how do you think
Dang
you
it,
can be here?
Muddle's
Can we
been
just
very
fire
useless
here
so far.
I know. Snap. I think this person wants it. There we go, don't be scared. Oh, the cows! I'm so sorry, cows! This is for the greater good. Cheese. Yes! Awkward one. Buttered sample. There it is. We're basically caught up to where we were. We cut all the stuff that was not good. Yeah, if we go to this stable, since we had a hard time getting meat earlier, we can check here. The big game. 4 of them! 5 of them! Well,
Ah, right, fatigued.
did we get 'em?
Dang it.
Oh no, they got a lot of health. We need meat! Okay, Prime.
Just go for it.
We need gourmets though. It's a low chance for all of them. They charge! Buffalo, buffalo, buffalo. Big meats, big meats. No! Bone! Oh my god! Bone! Gourmet meat! It'll be quite exquisite. But next, we still need that good poultry. This is our shot.
Alright, 1 more fight should do it.
Big bird, big bird.
Yeah, the
big
zombie
bird.
bullfights are rare.
Big bird! Yes! With the big and the little. You just had extra meat on them.
Whatever.
Bad luck. And we have all the meats. Our own cooking table. Oh. Well, what does one do with all this amazing meat? We can do one even greater. Whip the whole bird, and our last oil. Nothing better than a big plate of fried chicken. Or deep fried bird roast. A nice Thanksgiving meal. We love that. But what about the meats? Because we now have all 3. And there's also another type of food that requires all 3 grades. We take our meat, cheese, rice,
Oh damn it.
salt. You have a nice combination. Cheesy meat bowl. The meat is now enhanced. Great dish for very hungry diners. As delicious as it is, this is based here. Because the prime meat, cheese, salt, rice can be even more gluttonous. With the prime cheesy meat bowl, there's just more meat, which only means that with the best of cuts, there's no better way to elevate this piece of meat. With the cheese, everything else to make, gourmet, cheesy meat bowl, just a whole fountain of cheese to meat bliss. Can it satisfy the ultimate we are actually satisfied. And look at that!
One more, I guess.
Looks like we gotta dig into this. Oh, the wheat. Okay. The cheesecake. The warning dark cake. Okay. The cauldron. What a surprise. It's the pride of my people. Alright, cheese chickens. In spirit of this. Cheese saver! Yes! Chickens will love this. Sunny, cheesy omelet. Another dark food that we did last time. But with that, we now have 144 out of 147 of all the foods, but the last 3 ones require ingredients that we didn't even get yet at all. Goron Spice. There luckily is a warning trader here that has Goron Spice just on the outskirts. Well, we have a trader to find. This guy can be anywhere from this stable to the other stable in Kala. I hope there's not some weird spawning gimmick that I don't know about. That would be dreadful. I should have found him by now.
Oh.
Let's do something first. So, judging by this,
interesting.
Wait a second.
Mark II is only on a single target, but everyone takes the damage whenever they get hit.
Is this like a
interesting.
First location that he goes to Akala? Trade around Akala to the northeast. You trade there, or you're going to trade there? Which would have been fine to know. Now it's you! Hello! What do you know? The god of force. Oh, what? Heard you have some deluxe spices on you. Let's spice things up a bit. With Goron Spice! 2 of them. That's all. Plop that right here. Ah, it does work. Here it is. Goron Spice is...
I was gonna say, at least they've ignored Mayara so far.
Because a curry is a rice and a spice. But on top of this base, we can use specialty cheese. Cheesy curry. Balances the spiciness and urges seconds. That's a really good dish. No, just one of 2 new curries, because the other one will be a rice and spice base, and with this, it'll be our final of the Dark series too. And warning, dark curry. Hard-hitting curry with dark look, whose flavor is hard to hide. It has no cheese to mask the flavor. So. And that is it. Well, that is 146 out of 147. All landed up, that looks quite amazing. But, of course, we're missing one. Because all these ingredients are only found in the desert. So for this, we're going to need
200 HP Teosra, epic.
It'll be running for a little bit, but...
Definitely want to avoid leveling up from here on out.
Okay, perfect. You could have picked better time if you didn't plan. Whatever, we did good. They did. I'm not here for the gateway though. Can't you take a horse or whatever? But there's a specific reason why I picked this location. Aha! This is the important stuff. Steering sticks, but capsule form. So the steering stick, just gotta put it right there. Then we just say we go with it. Oh yes, the perfectly straight bike. And we're up! Straight! Okay. Now we just gotta get to the desert. Clearly not a problem at all. The 3 charges. 30 seconds of flight on top of the remaining battery. Birds. Your friends, they were delicious. Well, pop ourselves in. Lily sled. Ooh. I think I see the first victim. Yep, oh. Watermelons. Full fruit. Ah, yes! Right there!
Again, with them getting the jump on us, come on.
Right, steak knife.
We've literally been grinding out the hardest enemies.
Cut them up.
How are these guys getting the jump on us?
One of each of those. Hydromelon.
I like to imagine
Fruit and...
they've been getting a little cocky. Sure, we'll go with that.
But you need salt to bring it all out.
Yeah, they're getting the jump on them, but they're barely taking a scratch anyhow.
tropical flavor will cheer us right up. Cheer us all the
So,
way to...
I guess this group,
foods.
without any actual...
It basically all fits on one page. Means we collect all foods
And yeah,
before.
I mean, I guess Umag is kind of a responsible and moral and upright person, considering he's a devout person.
So be sure to check it out. Thank you for watching.
But other than that, everyone here kinda doesn't have the best morals. And I guess Umag can't keep up. And Teosra's just trying to make sure the job gets done.
Well, that's a wrap. I can't play my outro. Well, the outro.
Now, onto Matoya's cave, but first I must buy shit.
Hello friends, today I tried beating Resident Evil 5 without taking any damage, and you wouldn't believe the absolute heartache and agony I went through during this challenge. What this means is I have to get through all of Resident Evil 5 without taking even a smidgen of damage. This is easier said than done though, because literally everything is dangerous. Phases? Be careful, there could be snakes. Well, how about chickens? Holy fuck! Rules are really simple. Anytime I take damage, I have to restart the checkpoint, and Sheva's health doesn't count towards this because she's completely... let's just say special. By the way, if you haven't noticed, I make like 1 video a year, maybe 2 if I'm feeling really crazy. Subscribe to me and click that bell so you don't miss my
can't access
video.
the
It's
map
completely
and-
free and will remind you in 7 years when
there
my
we
next
go.
video will be going up. Alright, so I chose the hardest difficulty available as usual and began my journey.
Ignore me, I just don't know my buttons.
Wait, this isn't Resident Evil 4. It was a warm summer's day. Biceps were gleaming, these African guys were beaming, and sexual harassment was ripe in the air.
You don't have to get touchy.
Bruh. Sheva and I were tasked with finding a man named Irving, the worst gaming villain in history. It was kind of freaky walking around this random neighborhood. You know, being an outsider and all. I felt like everyone was watching me. I tried asserting my dominance over these poor souls, but something became immediately clear to me. These people were goddamn psychopaths. So I uninserted my dominance and peeled out of there. Freeze!
I'm just a realist. It's a capitalist society. Not everyone is cut out for that kind of constant pressure. Sure, there are opportunities to be had. But at what price? You gain, someone else loses. That's the great thing about us Americans. We're all different.
Sheva and I met our boy, grabbed our guns, and made our way to our first enemy. And let's just say, I regret walking in on what we walked in on. You're gay! He's gay! My man took that like a champ! Fortunately, this guy wanted to manhandle and abuse me, so Sheva and I quickly took care of the lad. I threw my body through the nearest window to show Sheva how masculine I was, and that's when we got jumped. Oh my god. Leave it to Sheva to shoot her last
I've
few
gotten
balls
way
at the
too used
infinite horde of
to
enemies. Have I ever told you guys how much I hate her? We ran through an
Xbox
underground
controls.
passage, I shot some innocent rats for their gold doubloons, and we arrived just in time to find our friend getting decapitated. That right there. That terrified me. I didn't want to have to go through the Horde of Magini at such a low level, but too bad for me because it was inevitable. So I put my fear aside, barricaded the doors and windows, and prayed for a quick death. Now again, we're good as long as I don't take damage. I'm not responsible for Sheva, and she's so goddamn stupid that no matter what I do, she'll always find a way to get slapped around. So after beating up a few of the boys and waiting for Big Chungus to bust through the gate, we were pretty well home free. I looted a bit, bullied the locals a bit, and made my way to the tallest
I wanted
room
Sprint
in the
to be
tallest
wide,
tower.
but I
This
guess
is a
there's no
perfect
getting
spot to hide
around
because
it.
Big Chungus can't make his way up there, and only a very small amount of enemies seem to climb up there. And 30 seconds later, it was over. That was friggin' easy, huh, Sheva? We continued on our adventure when we came across a random woman in an alleyway. I immediately took my opportunity to Falcon Punch that frail woman and then turned her head to spaghetti. Sheva and I completely bullied a fence hopper, bullied some more innocent bystanders, and came across a chicken. Alpha Team was the opposite of alive, and all we could do was get out of there. But unluckily for us, we were ambushed by a... whatever that thing is. Thank goodness we were conveniently next to a crematorium. This guy was pretty easy to defeat. Just trap him in the oven, pull the trigger, and watch him cook like a juicy Thanksgiving dinner. You know, it was getting real sickening having to watch over Sheva like a goddamn toddler. When I wasn't taking her guns or ordering her around, she'd be throwing herself into horrible situations to get herself killed. Oh wow! There's a horde of demon dogs running around down there? Sheva's on her way! Wait, is that a
I guess
trip line?
lightning won't be
Why
that
crawl
bad.
under it when you can run straight through it?
More elemental coverage is always
Disappointment
good.
wasn't a strong enough word for what Sheva was. After spending
Let's see,
30
what are my
minutes
other
trying to get
options?
through the shirtless man's gauntlet, Sheva and I took out some sewer dogs, took care of some flying demons, and after fighting some Maginis with our helicopter bro, I came across my favorite weapon in the entire game. The bolt-action rifle. This bad boy right here could fit 47 goddamn rounds in the 5-round magazine, and it was always a headshot insta-kill. This was my bread and butter. The thing that allowed me to roll in the dough like a goddamn leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day. From here, it was smooth sailing. Until we got to the chainsaw guy. This guy looks like he eats 3 breadcrumbs a day, but don't let that fool you. He packs some grade A beef, my boys. Want to hear what I really love about having Sheva as a partner? I can be doing my absolute best, be avoiding the enemies, doing a real stand-up job. And then here comes Sheva like the crackhead she is, trudging along like a turtle, and then finally deciding, I've lived enough for this life. Come on! I actually prefer Ashley to Sheva. At least Ashley can actually listen to instructions. So yes, after multiple
I guess I'll go
attempts,
for Locke.
we're finally able to get
I just
through
don't
this.
see the point.
Christ, carrying a baby through a war zone
Turns
would
will
have been
still be
easier.
random.
Next on
It's
our
hard
list for
to
happy
take
fun-time
into
places
account
was Dirty Dark
turns.
Mines. Sheva
I could
did
be wrong,
pretty
but
alright
I'll go
here.
with this.
She listened to every command, held the light perfectly almost the entire
Decreasing
way, and let me
evade,
handle things the
I'm
way
pretty
they
sure
needed to be handled.
still means
Most
getting
importantly,
more hits.
Sheva felt useful for
Also
the first
still
time in a long time. She
increases,
was
not
happy.
just reduces
So
the chance
was
of
I.
misses,
You know what, Sheva?
but also increases
You're
the
not so bad
chance
after all.
of
We finally caught up to Irving, made awkward eye contact
doing
for way too
multi-hit
long. He eventually got
attacks
saved
damage.
by Scuffed Batman. Here, I thought the challenge was over. The Gatling gun firing at us from the south, crossbow guys in the east, and dynamite guys around every corner. This was it. Just kidding, I got past this section my first try, maybe it was easy. The bolt-action rifle is just too good. Here, we came to the bat. This little cutie was a handful. Now from here on out, as I'm sure you've noticed, I kept ammo away from Sheva at all times. Not only was she a danger to me, but she was also a danger to herself. She had no concept of saving ammo and was better off running in circles doing nothing. And guess what? Even when Sheva was being completely useless, she still proceeded to blow by my disappointment expectations. Let's say at the start of the fight, Sheva started at a 0 out of 100 for usefulness. Very quickly, I could totally count on her reaching far into the negatives. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. You see these mines I'm holding? Sheva can't use them, only I can. The way you use these mines is to place them on the ground and then hope that an enemy will step on them. I mean, pretty typical, right? Well, guess what? As I placed the mines, Sheva began picking them up. What the fuck?
Ice for Alma, so she has access
what I
to
did
all
to
the
defeat Mr. Bat
elemental
was pray that
damage.
Dobby the dumb elf didn't mess with my mines, get the bat to fall onto them, and then shoot him in the milkers with my rifle. After a few rounds of this, he was completely defeated. Then we come to the car chase. Now listen, you can say I failed the challenge here, okay? I know there's that one soy boy in the audience with his glasses and his little sippy cup sitting there like, oh, you took damage, Dante, worst YouTuber ever, dislike, unsub. But listen, I didn't take actual health damage here, okay? I didn't have to use any herbs after the fact, and even so, they make this part completely impossible to avoid damage on single player at least. I have a theory that it
Losing
is
strength might
possible
be
to avoid
useful.
damage using 2 players,
I don't-
but
I literally
really
don't
feel
need
like
this
testing
because
that.
I just have
Either way,
Mayara.
I don't count this, but if you do, feel free to earn this gold star. Good job. Okay, so Elphic Boy is down, and here we are still chasing the Underminer. The
I guess avoiding enemy encounters is
Just a little
good.
elbow grease, some hard work and determination, and we were slowly getting through the trials. That's when we made it to Chicken Island, and imagine my surprise when a random chicken smashed into my balls at the speed of light, losing me a good 5% of my
I
health.
want fast,
Are you kidding me?
but I don't know who should
Did I
take it.
just get beat
Let me check
by
the
a
white
chicken?
mage.
A chicken just sent the most powerful man in the BSAA to bed without supper.
Okay, these
Finally
are all
got
useless.
pieces to the puzzle door. I used the rocket launcher I found on the boat on some shirtless men, and Sheva surprisingly didn't get
Well,
destroyed
they
by
technically
the first
aren't,
light
but
round. Impressive. You know what? Take a second here and just appreciate that I've gotten halfway through a challenge without failing it. Just let that sink in. Is this actually going to be possible? Let's find out. After a bit more jungle adventuring, my partner and I came across my worst nightmare. Not one, but two chainsaw guys. Golly. And not only that, but they loved to stick around Sheva and ruin all of my progress. I swear, this part of the game was giving me the biggest brain aneurysm of my life. I could dodge these guys easy. As always, it was my little sidekick that got in the way and ruined everything for me. Luckily, after about half an hour, I was finally able to figure out a solution to our little problem, and we were on our way to meet Josh. He informed us
Let's
that
try
he was
out
an epic gamer
Olden
and I
Club.
could decode the elevator.
all is unique to
Protected
the
him.
time
Alright, seemed fair, I
mage,
guess.
so
This part wasn't overly
May as well
bad.
try it out,
I mean,
you know?
Josh died at one point and it looked kind of funny, but other than that, this part was a walk in the park. That's when we came across Irving again, and this time, he was going down. You know what I like about Sheva? The fact that she'll selflessly sacrifice her life just to grab an herb. I mean, a Gatling gun may be mowing down anything in sight, and some would say it would be a stupid idea to grab an herb at such an inappropriate time. But not Sheva, no. She's special that way. She's the bravest of us all. Also, I gave this guy a knuckle sandwich and I'm so confused on what happened.
5 house should be all I need, although I never use those. I might just be hoarding them. For the sake of hoarding
so
them.
we finally caught up to Irving. Irving decided he'd be happier living as an octopus, and so he simply became an octopus. I think we all have something to learn here. Can I say something controversial here? Sheva was actually more useful here than me. I mean, in my defense, she's only useful
I'll say
with
somewhere
infinite
else.
weapons, but still, she
Somewhere
made me proud.
cheaper.
And I was happy to call
On
her
my way to
partner.
Matoya.
Ugh. You know, this kind of reminds me of when I was born. Yeah, there's me, that's my doctor, and that's my mom. Josh dropped us off at the caves, and oh boy, this part of the adventure was a lot of fun. Yeah, the whole temple area is pretty self-explanatory. It's just the same trash over and over again. Shoot spider, shoot enemy with rifle, heal dump Sheva, you get the point. I wish I could have gone through this challenge without Sheva taking damage as well, but trust me, no man should ever have to go through that. And here we are. The part I never wanted to tackle. Why? Because this part forces you to run away like a complete pansy. So today, I said no. No more running. Wait, that was it? Okay.
Hurry! It's
Let's try it.
Come on!
Okay.
Shavini and I found ourselves in an even darker, spookier cave
I hope
with
it
nowhere left to go.
Negates.
Luckily, this cave had two extremely easy to find pull chains on either sides of the wall. Wow. Resident Evil 5 truly is a game remembered for its puzzles. I can feel my IQ
Good.
increasing already. So here we get our first peek of Wesker, and he's looking as chipper as ever. My man's standing here like he's ready to go to the middle school dance. I'm skipping the rest of the temple section.
Wow,
because
it
it's
runs
pretty
off
boring.
very
Okay,
quickly.
so here's my point of view, right? Shavini and I are in the deep, dark caves when we come across a lab. Who knew, right? Civilization. Well, that's what I thought until I opened the door to see this. Joe!
Roger!
Joe!
Roger!
Joe!
Roger!
Joe!
Okay,
Joe!
Roger!
She was as scared as I was. So we continued through the abandoned lab. I actually used all of that route just onto the left, and here we came across the very old
my towel? No, I'll still have the big one. Next time I'll actually have the small one for real. Next time I'll have the small one for real. Yeah. Hopefully you didn't ruin my small one a lot. Hopefully you didn't ruin my small one. What game it on? She's like, Alright. So float isn't... Well, unless I know I'm going to into a dungeon, which I'm not, then yeah, I'm just gonna use it for convenience. What?
Wait, this is an 18 star.
Okay, so it works even when I'm on the ocean, but I can't use it when I'm on the ship.
I can't. And this is fun game. On 18 star. I think I just beat it.
Fucking hell.
I'm gonna have to check that actually. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I just beat my level. My level beat.
How the fuck do you guys take 2 turns on this?
800. Yeah, it's actually next. But I do know that something. It's a little tricky on the first one. I just realized if I upload this to YouTube, I'm talking about the songs, it's not gonna be good. I mean, this will be uploaded on YouTube. I already got Level TV. Sure. I gotta let my legs rest. Actually, like,
Oh damn,
prop up my
I can walk on rivers.
with my legs.
Do I even need a canoe?
And it gets kinda tired after that.
This isn't Matoya's cave.
Wait, why
Hooray.
why is my left
Okay.
eye tweaking out? Yeah, okay, it's like... Okay,
Where the fuck is Matoya?
yes, sir.
What?
That's actually you. That's you. I almost rolled over.
Yep, she sure did get healed.
The missed 5 times.
Did Tailstar just get hit on by a dwarf?
My mechanics consistency is kind of falling apart. Not good. I almost rolled over, guy. Did I Tetris? Tetris, did she secure it? Maybe not. It's not the best idea. I'm getting like 4K every single round.
Right, I need a stick of dynamite to give to this guy. And then I'll be able to access way more of the world.
No. I got like 900.
Matoya gives me the Mystic Key, which I literally need to progress the game, but I don't remember where she is.
Wait, roll up. That's there.
She might be somewhere on the east, rather than west.
Okay, nice roll.
So when it says that, it literally disappears. Next step.
Hey.
Oh my god.
My little 5 times video. And
By now, running away, the odds of running away should be pretty good by now.
it's kind of loud. My left one tried to do the same thing and like.
Well, then again, they did fix how running works now.
I might have
'Cause yeah, running away used to not work all that well in this game. Let me try South.
This is a diagonal.
No wait, there's literally nothing in it here for me. This just leads me back to
1,000.
Elf Town.
Still got a ways to go, technically, right? 30 lines and 29 hard.
Hot damn.
Wait, my heart is kind of beating. My heart's kind of beating. Like, why, bro? I don't get it. I guess one of my goals.
Yeah, that's just a dead end.
It makes sense. I was gonna be not beating if my heart was not beating. I just want 1,000. Yes. 1,000.
Screw you guys. I'll see it work. Oh my god, are they all gonna take their turn first?
Oh my god. What do you say?
And we're gonna fail our run.
Yo, thanks for whoever just did that.
Ugh.
How did it happen? If there is an after, oh my gosh, like red. Wait,
Money.
Dave, mine's kinda crazy. What the hell?
Taste my blade.
Yeah. 600K in my mini account. Alright. I'll try something out. Bro, what is ambient noise?
Whoa.
Just like little mechanic faults like that are a little bit scary because they happen so late in the game. You can't really control it. Bro, why are triples worth triples are worth like a 10 minute, 29 minutes. Wait, what score am I at? I just realized this could be a score beat too. I don't think it is it, but I basically got anything. I don't know, nice. Wait, nice now. Wait, that happened way faster than I thought. I got like one single thing caught me up. Okay. Slither out the time. Oh my god. 1.1 lines? 1.1 mil. 1,100 lines. What the heck? It's rather good. Dude, don't jump though. No! This is a bad throw. Nice piece. E69, yeah. No! Dude. Mechanical fault. Mechanical fault.
What happens if I run out of float while I'm in a river?
My right ear foot just said dying on the low again. Why is that kind of scary? Audio jump scare for me. Okay. Jesus. Wait, E44 live is kinda good. Wait, yeah. Doing 50K. Double 75. No, man. Mechanical fault. D34. Oh my god. Bro, I just saw D94 and I got like a double hits. What the heck? Why did the score go up so fast? Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
I like how the shadow thingy.
Now I'm kind of getting tempted to go for attention because the score's going up so fast. And now, I'll wait. I'll probably have like 3 going. I'm about to roll over there.
Blips around.
Nice. I guess, let's see. It's kind of great.
Where am I going?
Again. 1.2 billion lines. Wait, sorry, not billion lines. You know, C lines. 1,200 lines. See,
There's still plenty of map to explore.
That little mission was not a non-mechanical fault.
And of course I get an encounter immediately.
Yeah, this is getting close, guys. 120k. Just not
Die.
Wait, this is getting a bit close, guys. Dang, I need to lower my leg again. I'm getting tired. Wacky off. Building up the left, so... I don't know about that. I knew I was gonna miss that too, I was like, wait. I could hit this on a good day. 1,044 lines, yeah. I hit that one though. Oh, no.
Let's try backtracking.
78k. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. For every point matters now. Jesus. Like, every line clear matters. Oh no. That was a bright decision. No, again? How lucky did you get it? The mental capacity.
Let's pass these desert land things. Mad ponies. Good to see you guys again. Okay, they're rivers, which means I'm technically not allowed to go there yet anyhow.
Now they're both gonna jump scare me, man. Why? Almost. 1,000. Bro. Oh my god. Bro, how should my score go up? Oh my god.
I swear to God, if you guys don't kill this
Bro, it's
turn 1, I'll be very disappointed.
okay, chill. 1,300 lines. Wait, 21 lines. Don't screw this up, right? It's just a mechanical fault that can mess this up, honestly. I'm about to max out here. I mean, I'm not getting maxed out here. Oh, what? Wait, oh. Wait, what the hell? Okay. I thought it was 30%.
I think this is the cave. Yes. Jeez.
I actually hit it. Wait, Rose Gold is playing forever. First
A magic spell.
Got it.
Push B.
Yo, thank you for the cheer. I can see that.
Select. Yeah, that tells you how you can open the map.
If it says it one more time.
I can walk on the skulls.
Level 100.
Cool.
What?
Cool.
Wait.
I guess that wasn't they aren't too
It's
bad.
kind of crazy, you know? What are these colors?
The prince needs herb. I'll trade the most powerful herb to get my crystal back. Oh, I can see. You have no more business. Here you go.
I should have planned that.
Very much.
Wait. Okay, that's fine. Mechanical colors?
Alright, now I need to go all the way back.
I don't even know how many even like them anymore because the colors are. Wait. Oh no.
I believe I parked my ship in.
Nice. 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 That's huge.
Provoca, so.
Wait, I
Come
can barely
on.
see. I can barely see what's going on. I have to guess what piece that was. Jesus. D90? Wait, what the hell? What level did I need 45? Oh my god, E70? What the hell? Wait,
Come on, Wolf. Beat his ass.
E009.
Don't you know you should be with a pack?
Wait,
Lone wolves
I actually can't see.
get terminated. Run back to where you came from.
Wait, I genuinely can't see. What the? What are these? Who made these colors? Bro, why would you shoot? Okay. There we go. That's refreshing. F72. 13 lives. What the heck? Bro. This game is rather insane. What? What is going on? Wait, the colors. I can't see it. No, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it on my screen. It just went dark. Bro,
I can afford to be a bit reckless, honestly.
I couldn't even see it. I couldn't even see it. Oh my god. Bro, dude, thank you for the
It means I'll be able
2005.
to get Provoca faster, since I'll be saving anyhow.
Oh my god. Bro.
Yeah, I think getting ice was a terrible purchasing decision in my part. Never useful even from the very moment I bought it.
What the fuck?
Hello friends, today I tried to finish Resident Evil 5 with only Sheva's AI. If you didn't watch part 1 yet, go watch it. This time, it was up to Sheva to protect... Hello everyone, my name is Dante, and today I tried to beat Resident Evil 5 using only Sheva. What does that mean? Well, in this game, Sheva's your AI partner. You can give her commands, control what weapons she uses, and even put her in a passive or aggressive state. But trust me, this challenge is far from easy. Sheva takes damage from everything in this game, and if she dies, it's game over. She heals you even when you don't need it, and she
For
wastes
convenience, I'm
all
gonna
of
go
your
buy
best
some
ammo
pets.
on the smallest, most insignificant enemies. So, let's put this to the test, shall we? Can I just sit back, enjoy a nice margarita, and let Sheva do everything? Or will I have to step in and do things myself? Let's find out. So we start off in the beautiful lands of Africa. Knowing full well what Sheva was about to go through in the next 24 hours, I couldn't help but smile. The first thing to do was to get a gun so that Sheva could actually protect me. I mean, we could have tried begging the locals not to kill us, but I had a feeling that wouldn't work. We ran over to the building, met our boy Pablo, got our hands on some guns. Now, unfortunately, Sheva's too stupid to open most boxes and barrels, so I decided I'd be the one to do that. But here was the real test.
I think
Our
the
first
amount of
enemy.
peers I have is
Busted
good.
into this poor soul's house and terrified him. He started choking. I didn't know the Heimlich maneuver. I didn't know what to do, so we thought the best course of action was to put a bullet in his head. Sheva and I were both surprised when he decided to defend himself. Now, Sheva was a little hesitant at first. The man didn't appear to be choking anymore, so it would be more like murder than trying to help him at this point. All it took was a bit of peer pressure for her to get the gears moving. At least, that's what I thought until she just left the damn room. I didn't know you could do that. You don't actually have to kill the first guy? Okay. After jumping out the guy's back window, we continued
Yeah,
on our journey.
speedrunners
But
just
this
run
would only
away.
be the beginning. For you see,
Wait,
we
he's
were
a
about to be
speedrunner.
attacked by the entire village. But before before getting into that, let me tell you about Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0. Since most of my audience consists of guys, I'm sure a lot of you struggle with annoying body hair, and I'm sure you all want to look clean, professional, and well-groomed. So, what you would get in this package is a waterproof body hair trimmer that's got a convenient LED light so you can actually see what you're doing, some ball deodorant and ball toner so you're feeling fresh and clean all day, and even a nose hair trimmer with a brand new pair of boxer briefs. In fact, Manscaped just released a new collection of anti-chafing boxer briefs in a bunch of different styles. We got the all-black option, the black gold, or even the gray color option. You can buy these separately, or do what I did and save some money by getting a 3-pack bundle. These boxers are specifically designed to keep everything comfortable down there with good airflow. Guys, you know how much I love Manscaped. I've been sponsored by them so many times. I personally love and use their products, so I definitely recommend them. Go down to the description or my pinned comment down below right now to get 20% off and get free international shipping when you use code Dante20 at checkout. And you even get 2 free gifts too. Remember, to get 20% off plus free international shipping, you have to use code Dante20 at checkout. Thank you to Manscaped.
The eyes actually have
this video.
very little
Fight
HP.
began. I tried barricading the damn window, but these people were monsters. I knew Sheva was going to be useless here, so I went ahead and took away her gun before the fight. Then, I unleashed her on them. Jesus Christ, it was worse than I thought. Not only was Sheva useless, she was a liability. All I could do was watch as a group of men ganged up on her, but I knew she'd be alright. She had the power of God and feminism on her side. All of a sudden, the big shirtless guy came out of nowhere and busted down the fence. It was time to go. I called Sheva over to me like a dog and we began looting everything we could. Maybe it wasn't the smartest idea in the world, but trust me, we needed it. It was critical to get everything we could now, because otherwise everything would despawn after the fight. But good luck! Trying to get this idiot to do anything was impossible. It was clear to me that these men were becoming a bit much. So it was a last-ditch effort.
Lightning would be their
the
weakness.
highest point of the tallest tower. Our lives were in the hands of Sheva now. Right when I thought it was all over, Kirk saved us. Thank God. It was here that I decided I'd be the healer and the ammo holder. We were stacked with over 175 rounds of ammunition, and really, it wasn't looking too bad. I'm sure you've all noticed what my strategy was. Because Sheva had molasses for brains, I came to the conclusion that running past most enemies was a viable strat. At least, until I noticed Sheva completely wiping out the local population. She was ruthless. Sure, I was a little scared when we got separated, but I could always count on her to save the day. Sheva was great when it came to 1v1s. How did she hold up against
I haven't been in the Princess Castle yet.
Yeah, it was best
And
just
yeah,
to
that's
run
where
those
we need to go
situations.
next.
Here was the real test of skill, though. Our first boss fight. We were all good, and I was feeling pretty confident waiting for Ouroboros to appear. That is, until Sheva decided last minute to run at the thing for no damn reason and get grabbed. Really? Oh my god, dude. I'm not gonna lie, it was incredibly difficult to get this thing corralled into the Chamber of Death. Sheva seemed to all of a sudden become sentient, and she made this really difficult for me as usual. But then the stars aligned, and at the perfect, precise moment, I commanded Sheva to use the lever. Oh my god, it worked! Yes! I've gotten this far into the challenge and I still don't have any blood on my hands. I was so proud of Sheva. The great thing about me not using any weapons is the fact that I was able to use all of the money I collected to upgrade Sheva's guns and equipment. With
Yes, Mr. Key.
complete, I was feeling pretty damn good. That is, until we hit a roadblock. Sheva refused to
Peace
shoot
will
the
return
tripwires,
to
no matter how many times I
Elfland.
told her to sacrifice
Really?
herself for me. She just
A
refused
prince
to
going
do it.
to
I tried
sleep?
pushing her to the tripwire, but then I realized that was just stupid because then I'd get blown up too. I tried psyching the tripwire out, that didn't seem to work either, and in the end, it looked like I just had to take it like a man. As my spine exploded, sending pieces of bone fragments all throughout my body. It was here I really came to realize just how much I hated my partner. After taking out some enemies and throwing my body into some more tripwires, we came across the dogs. I had pretty low faith in Sheva, so we just ran. We opened the door, Sheva was surprisingly able to take everything out, and here was where everything fell apart. You see, this guy comes speeding down the road at 100 miles per hour, and you're supposed to stop him before he plows through you. Thing is, Sheva was able to kill him, but she was just a little bit too late in doing it. I tried multiple times, and each time was a failure, so eventually I had to take matters into my own hands. But, get this. When I went into New Game Plus and gave her the grenade launcher, she was actually able to do this part successfully. I'm not sure if I'm going to count that as getting past this part yet,
silver
but let's keep
hammer.
that in mind. As usual, after that we ran away from everything as I desperately tried to loot, and we found ourselves fighting
No
the
one
flying
can use it.
parasites. Sheva was a god at taking these things out, but then she didn't know about the concept of breaking the lock. She impresses me, and then I immediately lose all faith in her. When we got to the docks,
400
I realized
money.
that Sheva
That's
wouldn't be able to
good,
get
I guess.
the
Any amount of money is always
Wasn't that
welcome.
big of a deal, though. I was already using my knife on boxes and locks. I was really more concerned about
And
whether
a copper
she could take
bracelet.
out the enemies by herself. We let Kirk take care of this mob of psychos, looted everything on shore, and continued on to the part I was dreading. The chainsaw guy. I was a little
Everyone
nervous
can
because
use
I
it.
had a lot of trouble on this part during past gaming challenges, but luckily my fears were swept away when Sheva was able to make it to the door all on her own. I was worried she wouldn't be able to kick it open on time when all of a sudden, boom, she saved the day. My troubles were far from over. The chainsaw guy was out for blood and he was looking right at us. At first, I was a bit skeptical of Sheva. I thought I'd definitely have to step in and save the day.
Yeah, I'll keep it on
Would you
Alma.
believe it? She
I
was
think
doing
Umag
just
is
fine by
already
herself.
doing well
Despite
defensively,
blushing
and
to be a spectator.
it would be sunk
This wonderful
cost
show, and Sheva earned a gold
to try
star.
getting it to be any better.
She blew herself up. What a disappointment. Now, just so everyone believes me here, I'm gonna play this
Alright.
little section to show you that she was able to defeat this guy when I wasn't
Now
looking.
we
I go to
loot.
pick up the gold like the little
Loot
leprechaun I am,
like
and
the
all of a
loot
sudden,
goblins.
Sheva blows up a red barrel
We
right
all
then and there,
are.
taking him out once and for all. I snagged his key, ran for my damn life, and waited as Sheva desperately trying to catch up. We continued on like this for quite some time. Sheva would take out some enemies, I would run face first into a tripwire, and slowly but surely we were making our way through this game. At one point, we even made it to the mines, and Sheva was lucky enough to find an herb. I tried to back away since it would be a complete waste to use it on me now, but that didn't stop her from using it anyway.
I'll start with the
At this
castle
point,
and then
we
I'll
were
go
coming
to
up
the
the boss fight, and I became
cave.
a true master at dodging. Gatling gun was surprisingly easy to dodge as we took the detour
And one
to
of
the
these
left, and Sheva
chests
pushed
should
wild
be the
trash out of our
dynamite that
way
we
before
need.
any of the enemies could even catch us. The bat was actually a really tricky fight. I went in there the first time with barely any ammo and barely any plan. Basically, I was hoping the bat would be distracted on me while Sheva unloaded on him from the back, but this plan seemed to be a bit flawed, including the amount of ammo we had. So okay, I died.
What
I gave
the?
her everything we had saved up until this point, and
I
we tried
wasn't
again.
expecting
I
a
sat
trap.
there as a damaged sponge as Sheva went to town on the poor thing. Of course, because Sheva had the equivalent of 3 brain
Let's not
cells in her
jump
head,
to
she
any
always seemed to
conclusions.
decide the best time to reload was when the bat was vulnerable on the floor. You know,
Mute.
shooting would also be a good option, but don't let me tell you how to live your life. I gave Sheva every piece of ammo
Not usable in battle.
Shot
Alright.
after shot after shot, and this tank of a bat didn't seem to go down. So as a last-ditch effort, I took a single swing at him with my knife, and boom, the thing died. Oh, you know what that means, right? You, as the player, have to do the killing blow on this thing. How disappointing.
I wish Teosero was the one that had haste
I panicked
instead.
and quit the game so that my progress wouldn't be saved. The game had my back. I was now ammoless and couldn't do anything about it. This couldn't get any worse. Well, I was wrong, because I immediately came to another part where I actually had to do something. You'd think Sheva could take care of the motorcycles and I'll think boy all by herself, but no, I needed to be there to hold her hand. We were now in the jungle. This whole section was fairly easy because all I had to do was snatch a couple pieces of a stone tablet to progress. I even found a rocket launcher.
Alright,
Sheva
they can
use it,
stun,
but
that's
cool nonetheless. This
good
next
to
part
know.
still gives me PTSD to this day. The jungle ambush. As is
Oh
typical
my
Sheva
God.
behavior, she grabbed the damn coin purse on the spike trap and got absolutely clobbered. Was that a good idea, Sheva? Oh, do you regret it now? We ran to the crank. No way in hell was Sheva gonna be able to take all these guys out. My life was in her hands as she lifted the bridge for me. Now, I don't know how we were able to get away with it first try, but I was actually able to cross the bridge without falling to my death. Had a single enemy hit Sheva while I was on there, I would have died instantly, but thanks to the gods looking on me from above, I was saved. I opened the door for Sheva, saved her life, and we got out of there. What had to happen in the next section was basically the same thing. Sheva had to crank a crank for me so that I could make it to the other side to unlock our escape route. The only problem was the 50 guys who ganged up on her. To save some ammo, most of the time I'd take the big dummy's gun away from her because otherwise it'd be a free-for-all with who she decided to waste her precious ammo on. And you know, after the whole bat situation, that wasn't a good thing. So, while on the game over screen, I hesitantly gave my partner the
Nice,
shotgun
isn't the
to
way to
use
go.
and prayed she wouldn't waste too much ammo.
Oh,
Guess
but
what?
Mare is
Right
the
back
way to
in,
go.
All the enemies despawned. The rest of this section was easy, and we even got to loot the whole place. My celebrations were cut short, though, because this next part, I can confidently say, was one of the hardest
because
parts
of
of the entire
amplification.
game. The Chainsaw Twins. Now, remember, we're low on ammo here, so I can't just give any gun to Sheva willy-nilly. We need to save every last piece of ammo we can for the rest of the bosses in the game. So I have to get through this part.
A
Two
power
chainsaw
staff.
guns, dozens of enemies,
A
and tons
rune
of
harp.
crossbow shooters, all while having to turn 2 valves to open the way out. Yeah, this part sucked. I could watch
I think
the
I'm not
episode
allowed to
wrong.
run.
It was
Okay,
Sheva
I
who
need
was
to
the
avoid
idiot
that
here.
tile.
Death after death after death, and it was all her fault. At one point, I had finally done it. Both valves were turned, and somehow I was able to worm my way to the exit. As I desperately waited for Sheva to come, my heart dropped. A chainsaw man had beaten her there. I panicked as I ran around in circles hoping the psychopath wouldn't be able to reach me. I was convinced it was over, but then Sheva appeared out of nowhere. Oh, thank God, I was so relieved until I realized that 3 people in a tight area doesn't give you much room to move. After a few more deaths, we were finally able to make it to the next room, and here, we were expected to defend Josh. And by that, I mean Sheva was expected to defend Josh.
Must be
But that's gonna
Astos'
do it for
revenge.
now. I don't usually like doing 2-parter videos, but there's just so much to talk about here, and I don't have time to wrap it all up in one video. But stay tuned, because we still got the fish guy to fight, tons and tons of smaller parts that seem to be impossible, and even the ones
Oh, the
prevented
copper
Will Sheva
gauntlets
be
are...
able to do it, or will I have to provide her some backup? Thanks for watching, subscribe to me if you'd like to see part 2, and make sure to click that bell. Pretty well
Whoops, I didn't mean to drop that.
So you better click it. I hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you big boys in my next video.
Bruh. Well, they were just gloves anyway. Alright, this literally sucks. And we're out. I do kind of want to be healthy. I guess I'll go back to Elfland.
Hello friends, today I tried to finish Resident Evil 5 with only Sheva's AI.
Well, I'm
If you didn't
healthy
watch
now,
part one
but
yet,
I
go
meant
watch it.
in
This
stealth
time,
slots
it was
as
up to
well.
Sheva to protect not one, but 2 little idiots while I sat there doing absolutely nothing. Of course, that wasn't anything new, but I'd be lying if I said that didn't get me feeling a little emasculated. Josh didn't have any doubts, though. He had total faith that his life was in good hands. I predicted he wouldn't stay alive more than 30 seconds. But then, something amazing happened. It had completely slipped my mind that Josh was also an AI. Although his time with us was short, I cherished every second of it. That is, until we got to the exit. There we were, finished with the job and ready to go, when all of a sudden, the chainsaw guy came out of nowhere and started making his way over to us. I was begging Josh to speed it up. There was no way in hell I was becoming
Mark is good, but goddamn, just waste a lot of time.
I was hoping this would
Why
be
is
some
the
effort,
time
you know,
mage so
it all
good at
seemed to
wasting
stress him
time?
out. He was now making mistakes, backspacing that shit, and was all around us copying
Right, there
his
you go.
skills. The chainsaw sound was getting closer and closer, yet Josh didn't seem any closer to getting us out of there. After giving
Although
us
you only
one
really
slap
see
on the
this
ass
kind
before
of
finally opened it.
magic usage.
Oh, Jesus Christ! He was cut in half right in front of us, and all we could do was leave him behind. This was all Wesker's fault. If it wasn't for him, Josh never would have died.
In tabletop games like D&D nowadays, I really like this spell system of limited uses per level, rather than the more common, more simple to understand MP system. Everyone and their mothers know and use.
But it was a price I was willing to pay. After making it to the boat, Sheva and I were gifted with a blessing. The stun rod. I know this may seem like a downgrade from a gun, but trust me, it was actually a huge improvement. We then caught up to Irving, and this
Silver
time, I had
hammer.
a lot of faith in my partner. I knew Sheva wouldn't let me down.
Silver Rune Heart.
Wow, her aim was straight trash.
Oh no, you can't do that either, can you, Joe? You moron.
But as bad as she was at aiming, Sheva didn't give up. Her determination was unmatched, and as bullet after bullet went through Little Fish Boy's body, he finally collapsed. Did one, and I didn't even have to lift a damn finger. Our journey was far from over, though. We still had a massive uncontacted tribe to wipe out. Luckily, these people were the perfect test subjects for Sheva to try out her new toy. But before getting a little further into this adventure, let me tell you about Manscaped, the sponsor of today's video, and their new Ultra Smooth Kit that just released. This new kit is basically a shaving set for body hair. It comes with 3 products. The crop exfoliator, the crop gel, and a shaver, plus you get 5 replacement blades. You can see here that when you open the package up, everything is right there for you, ready to go.
I think you can use the power staff in combat.
You're not sure what some of the
I need to
bottles
try that
are.
out.
The shaver even comes on a little storage case, so you can travel with it easily. But the best part of the package is definitely the little crop shaver. You can see how small it is compared to my hand, so it's not as difficult for you to reach those awkward angles. And just a bonus for you, all of these products are vegan and free of sulfates and parabens, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Overall, the shaving kit was a nice surprise and I'm happy to have it. Also, don't forget about the Performance Package 4.0 that comes with a waterproof razor, an ear and nose hair trimmer, body deodorants, all that kind of stuff. If you'd like to support me while also getting yourself a nice little shaving kit, click the link at the top of the
What the heck are you
description
doing
or
with the
my comment
copper?
down below and use code Dante20 to get 20% off plus free international shipping.
Oh my
To make
god,
it really
I almost
simple, you can
been
go to manscaped.com/Dante.
wearing subpar armor all this time and I didn't notice.
Thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Now, the stun rod was an incredible weapon. Anybody would love to have the opportunity to use something like it. So, it was odd to me how pathetic my partner was. She was getting her ass handed to her left and right. Unfortunately, as bad as I felt, I wasn't
Yeah,
able
the
to
Iron
help her.
Gauntlets.
All I could do was pray she'd be able to do everything herself from here on out, including beating Wesker. After making our way through a good portion of the temple, I started to notice that things weren't looking so good. In fact, things were looking horrible. The local population ganged up on little Sheva, and I was a little worried I was about to see something horrible happen, but luckily my partner was able to defend herself. In fact, it was kind of mind-blowing how good she was with that stun rod. We were up against well-built men who had trained their entire lives to kill, little spiders that had the strength to easily crush human bones, and rolling balls of death whose entire existence relied on them squishing intruders, and my adorable little partner got past each and every one of these trials without even breaking a sweat. At this point, you might be wondering how we got by the next part with the deadly sunbeams and the massive men. Well, we just ran. Sheva had her strengths, but fighting 8-foot men wasn't one of them. We collected all the plates, opened the door, and got out there. That was the last we'd ever see of the tribe's people. I was a little upset we weren't able to wipe out the entire tribe, but you don't get everything you want in life. Getting through the lab wasn't that difficult. I'll admit, I was a little nervous about all the lickers, but apparently that wasn't even an issue. So after busting through the door and alerting the entire building to our presence, I sent Sheva out to deal with the horde of demons all by herself. I thought this whole ordeal would be her chance to finally prove to me just how strong she'd gotten.
Yeah, let me go to the
Only a
castle
single
first.
licker, Sheva retreated. I didn't understand what was happening and I didn't know what to do. When I turned back and
Let's
saw what
save her.
Sheva was doing at that moment, I immediately lost all respect for her. So, being the good mentor I am, I sent her back out to fight the demons while I sat back and waited for the elevator to open. Unsurprisingly, she wasn't doing so well, and we were a few seconds away from being slaughtered. It was at that moment I went from being an atheist to becoming a full-blown religious maniac. And as if my prayers had been heard, the elevator doors swung open. I immediately pushed my way inside and was ready to go, but Sheva's brain started malfunctioning again.
Hurry! Sheva! Sheva! Hurry! Hurry!
It was then we came to a part I really wasn't looking forward to. The U8 fight. At first glance, you'd think Sheva would be able to kill this thing easily, right? Wrong! Trying to get through this section really tested my patience. I mean, it was like watching my 90-year-old grandmother try to turn on a computer for the first time. Sheva was just so slow. Look at this. Shoot! Fucking shoot! By the grace of God, Sheva was somehow able to do enough damage to the guy for me to finish him off. The U8 was similar to the bat situation where I personally had to do the killing blow. An unfortunate turn of events, but one that couldn't be avoided. That's when we arrived at the final frontier, the guys with guns.
Go!
Okay.
I didn't know how my brain-dead partner would react to these guys. Would she sit there and act like a bullet sponge, or would she take the initiative and wipe these guys out? Well, I'll let you take a look for yourself. She was an absolute monster, that is, until we got to the bug part. For some reason, Sheva absolutely refused to shoot these things. She went from being an unstoppable badass to a pathetic coward. All I could do was run away screaming. But even that became a problem because the disgusting pieces of trash from the conveyor belt kept trying to take me down with them. Luckily, a single swift kick to the ribcage was enough to get them to piss off. But that didn't mean I suddenly forgave Sheva for her cowardice. If anything, her helping me made me more angry. We somehow made it to the end of the room and got out of there. It was now time
Right, the fire staff is literally just weaker.
and unsurprisingly, that was the time all 32 brain cells in Sheva's tiny brain started short-circuiting. Her aim was garbage. She apparently forgot how to dodge, and worst of all,
Maybe I
she had no
should
idea
just
how to
sell
hold
it.
the
It's worth a lot of money.
Nothing seemed to be going right. I was panicking. Micromanaging this, collecting that, it was as if I was playing 40
Yeah,
chess.
617.
Fell into chaos, but I refused to give up. I hadn't come that far just to quit when things got tough, so I pulled out the blueprints and started thinking, what was the best course of action? What was I missing? Then it hit me. I had to play this as if I were
Now just sell it.
No running around myself collecting things. No one trusting our faith to an idiotic AI. No, what I ended up doing was
Nair
send
doesn't
Sheva
need
out
any
the
equipment.
flamethrower while hoping to God she didn't get the shit kicked out of her. I'd tell her to drop the weapon, I'd go refill it, and then finally I'd send her in again and the cycle continued. This whole process was extremely tricky and tedious with lots of fails along the way. It was the only thing that worked. In fact, I didn't even need to give the guy a final blow. Sheva was able to finish him off herself. That didn't sound right. Anyway, I don't know why some bosses needed to randomly be finished off by me while others didn't, but whatever. Job well done. You'd think by this point we'd be running low on ammo, especially since we wasted everything on the back boss earlier, right? Wrong! We were fully stocked. We even had a rocket launcher. Everything was going well and I was optimistic about the future. Unfortunately, the next section would throw not one, but two bug guys at us, plus a whole platoon of zombie guys. Sheva was strong, but she wasn't that strong, so we ran. You see, there was a platform across the room that took about a minute to move from one side to the other, so Sheva and I had no choice but to play Ring Around the Rosie of Death until the platform made its way over to us. Somehow, we were lucky enough to survive until that happened, but unfortunately I got cornered by a bug and was insta-killed. Starting that whole section over again after doing so well killed my soul.
I don't think it's a good idea
Price
to
I was
use it
gonna have
right
to pay
now.
if I ever wanted to shove my stun rod up Wesker's ass. As I loaded back in to try again, I noticed something odd. The platform was already there waiting for us, and not only that, all the enemies had despawned too. I didn't know what to make of it, so I just assumed it was a Christmas miracle. So yeah, after getting past a few more guys, it was time to go on the Ferris wheel of doom. Now, to get past this part and continue through the game, you need to shoot the guys across from you who are controlling the levers. But for some reason, Sheva wasn't able to take these guys out. The guys beside him were no problem, but the lever guy himself? No, he was off limits. Giving her a rifle also didn't seem to help at all. There was nothing else I could do. We were now only one room away from battling Wesker. All we had to do was get through the liquor room. Now, normally one person would go to the top to push the container while the other provided supporting fire, but of course all I could do was sit there watching Sheva do her thing.
Nice
And
punch.
as it turned out, I never actually needed to help her in the first place. Alright, then we finally arrived at the fight I had been looking forward to since the moment I had stepped foot into Africa. Wesker gave Sheva and I a warm welcome as he sicked his slave girl on us, and I gotta say, I was a little jealous of him. Not only was Jill super hot, she also listened to every command he gave her without question. That was a luxury I didn't have, which made me hate Wesker all the more. Anyway, there's two ways to get out of this horrible situation. To beat Wesker in a fist fight, or to spend 7 minutes running away from the guy. Since Sheva clearly didn't have the capacity to beat this man in a 1v1, I chose the run around like an idiot strategy. Now, I don't know why, but for some reason, Sheva was really obsessed with restraining Jill. Her moans could be heard all throughout the temple, which wasn't a horrible thing to listen to, but it made it really difficult to know what direction Wesker was coming from. After dishing out some unnecessary abuse and running around a bit, Wesker threw in the towel. Next up was our battle with Jill, and really there wasn't much to talk about. All I'll say is I definitely did not enjoy any of this at all.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Jill was saved, and I realized now was my chance. I begged her to replace Sheva on my journey since she was an upgrade in every way, but unfortunately, all that throwing and abuse had broken some of her ribs and she could barely walk. Damn it! Apparently Sheva was smarter than I gave her credit for. We were now on the final chapter, the final stretch. The ship deck itself wasn't anything too crazy. I did have to end up shooting a few buttons here and there, but other than that, everything was pretty chill. At least until we got to the machine gun guy. This man was brutal, taking shots to the face like it was nothing. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little intimidating. Luckily, Sheva's AI understood this guy pretty well, so she tried her best to avoid his gunfire when she could. I mean, hell, she was basically Neoing his bullets at a certain point. 70 shotgun shells later, and the guy was finally defeated. He took a little more ammo than I was expecting, but Sheva got the job done, and besides, we had tons of ammo to spare. Then, we came to the true test of Sheva's skill, the huge Ouroboros fight. To be blunt, I had absolutely no faith of winning coming into this fight. It just seemed too much for Sheva to handle. Time and time again, we would burst our way into the arena only to be brutally squashed by the Wumbo-sized Peapod. Sheva just didn't seem to understand how the satellite gun worked. But you know what? I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she just needed more time. Maybe she was on the cusp of a breakthrough. So we tried one more time, and she crushed it. I was so proud. As we made our way deeper and deeper into the ship, I started to feel a little worried. Soon, we'd be coming up against 2 bugs, 2 machine gun guys, and a whole flock of ship crew. As much as I trusted my partner in crime to do well, I knew that that part would be pushing the limits of our AI to the max. All I could do at that point was pray as we entered hell. Now, I'm just gonna get this out of the way right away. You all know by now that Sheva cannot and will not shoot at the bugs. She'll always choose to run away from them instead. Okay, so what about the machine gun guys? Well, as I showed you all before, Sheva can actually take these guys out, and technically they're the only ones we need to defeat in this room to progress. This would be difficult on its own, but throw 2 invincible bugs into the mixture, and this part was just straight up impossible. I tried this room over and over again with no success. Death after death, and I was getting nowhere. I got so fed up, I even gave Sheva our only rocket launcher to use. But guess what? She wouldn't use it. What was the point of having something if my idiot partner was too stupid to use it? I had enough. So I did something blasphemous. I gave Sheva an infinite ammo sniper rifle and killed the bugs myself. And you know what happened? She annihilated everyone and everything. A comment in my last video pointed out how effective the AI was with the sniper rifle, and by golly, they weren't lying. We snagged the key cards, slipped into the final room, and there he was, Albert Wesker, the man who had gotten Josh killed. I could tell Sheva really wanted to kick the shit out of him, and I didn't stop her. In fact, I joined in as we straight up bullied that man. The torture we put him through must have been unbearable. But unfortunately, taking his lunch money wouldn't be enough. We needed something with a little more oomph. Something that would kill Wesker on the spot, and that's when it came to me. We'd stab him with the used needle I had on me. It was perfect. But first, we had to weaken him, and the only way to do that would be to shoot him with a rocket. Sheva. Oh, so now you want to use a rocket, huh? But not before? Anyway, shooting a rocket at him was all well and good, but it was pointless if we couldn't shoot it in his hands to explode it. And because Sheva refused to shoot him in time, it wasn't looking good. So I decided it was time to pull out the infinite rifle. I'd already committed that grave sin in the last room, so really, who cares at this point? I'm not over-exaggerating when I say Sheva went to town on this man. Shot after shot went into him, and at a certain point, he couldn't take it anymore. I held him back as Sheva injected him with the used needle. There must have been some leftover heroin in that needle because Wesker started going batshit insane. But the needle also must have turned him into a coward because he was out there. We hitched right on his private jet, and only after it was in the sky, we learned it was headed for a volcano. So yeah, that turned out to be a not-so-great decision. The end was coming near, and I was sweating. Would Sheva be able to protect us? Could she really beat Wesker in a 1v1? I didn't know the answer, but I refused to give up. I hadn't verbally abused and tormented Sheva this whole time for nothing. We began our descent into the volcano.
I should have killed you years ago. Cress. It's your mistake.
That seemed to really piss Wesker off, though, and he started chasing me. I was a bit scared at first, but taking a short jog around the volcano was enough to get him to piss off. Of course, I was relieved, but Sheva wasn't. She was next on Wesker's hit list, and that was a problem because I wasn't able to protect her. It was over. Sheva knew this and tried to shoot the guy a few times, but it didn't matter. She was dead either way. As the rock bridge collapsed under her, all I could do was watch as Wesker annihilated her. As I sat there waiting for Sheva to be plunged into the lava, something happened. The last second before Wesker was able to shoot her down, she pulled herself back up and made her way over to me. God, how? Apparently, shooting with that rifle was enough to delay him from making it to her in time, but it was far too early to celebrate. Wesker was fuming, and the only cure for his rage would be our dead bodies hanging over his mantle. It was the final fight. This man, I knew he'd be a lot for little Sheva, but I had faith in her. After spending so much time together in this little pocket of Africa, exterminating the local tribes, spreading chaos throughout the region, and beating up my old partner, I knew she could handle this. Wesker tried his best to close the distance on us, but Sheva would not let that happen. All I could do was sit back in awe as Sheva completely wiped the table with him, and that was that. Wesker was dead. So, was Sheva able to completely power through Resident Evil 5 all by herself? No, but I was really surprised at how little I actually had to do. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to me and click that bell. If you don't click that bell, you pretty well aren't subscribed to me, so make sure to click that bell. Thanks for watching, check out all my other Resident Evil videos, and I'll see you thick boys in my next video.
I'm just gonna run.
Okay, ready, sir?
I am ready when you are.
Our first official speed run. Let's hope we don't fuck it up.
Ah, it'll be fine.
That'll be fine.
Just remember where to go, and don't forget where to go. 2 simple things.
Okay, oh, I think I got it.
Keybinds.
Before you hit the checkpoint, just look
Yep.
at my, reminding.
You got it, Gamer. Let me know when you're ready.
Alpha team has already infiltrated the area, and you will be going in as backup. Rendezvous with your contact.
Alright, good to go.
Cool.
And just one more thing, let me waste a second here while I make sure that my software is recording.
That is
All
so
perfect.
very nice.
Okay,
Cool.
perfect. Good to go.
We're selling.
Here we go. So excited, man. Wow, you didn't even hold the door for me, you bastard.
I know, I'm terribly rude.
Have your weapons. The operation's on.
Watch, we'll get world record first try, I'm sure.
Surely. Surely.
Whatever happens, we stick
It
together.
ain't even that hard.
I may not be as big as you, but I can still hold your hand.
Effective against the undead. That's cool, I guess.
Now we are game. Look at this optimization.
Yeah, dude.
Speed.
Not even a sec. Well, I guess we lost a few seconds for me fucking with my controls, but other than that, we're great.
Perfect. Excuse me, sir. Make sure to turn around.
Wow.
Am I actually gonna beat you in this time? Cool.
No,
Like I'm supposed to.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, this is more like
Yeah,
it.
I don't know if it's. I think we're locked in here while the guy's talking.
Locals were hostile and we had to use force.
Yeah, so I'm not sure it matters that much.
The situation is moving.
Much speed, maximum
Yeah,
pass.
people heal
Exactly.
good.
Was HQ expecting this?
Come on!
Okay, so one thing of ammo.
Won't be wasted this time.
Okay, buddy, I'm right here.
Wrong button. What are you thinking for our first run? I'm thinking like an hour 40.
No way. What is
Yeah.
the world record?
I don't know.
20?
I didn't check. I think it's like 120, yeah.
No, I think we'll get 2 hours probably.
Maybe. I don't know. We did some of those levels really fast.
Yeah, actually, we'll see at the end.
Thanks, everybody. Welcome back. It's 145. Honestly, like if we don't have any like big wipes where we all die or something, like I think we could easily get like a 145.
Fuck no. So I'm a bit
253. Wow, no fades.
Oh boy. Oh, nice. We're getting really good drops. Oh, we got a grenade. Perfect. Good R&D.
Very hot. 3 hours? Did y'all? No, wait, goddamn.
Oh yeah.
I've been recording for 2 hours already. Yikes. I'm just gonna go open up everything I can with the Mystic Key.
I think we're gonna get like 3 hours. I don't know how it's so
I
divisive,
think
but
2. I think 2, but we'll see.
dirty
Better get-
consider.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, you were flying. The non-believers
What's that?
ain't gonna.
Oh, sir, he has a fucking weapon. Don't hurt me. Oh,
3 hours and 1 minute.
Oh, yeah.
Ratatouille!
Okay, boys, remember, you gotta grab me. You gotta grab me so it's the executioner. So. Come on, boys. You have
My
your
aim
enemies
is
in the next 30 seconds.
I believe
A while.
Locals are hostile.
Oh,
that door over there.
Ah! This Price is Right rules? I don't know.
No time lost.
Maybe.
Got it.
That's a good way to do it, isn't it?
Let's quick.
Alright, boys. Manhandle me.
Yeah. Here we go.
Quick, grab me. Grab me. Hello? Thank you.
I don't think I'm supposed to shoot that.
That worked? Oh my god, we lost like
Why?
No, I shot the barrel, that was my bad.
Thank
I
you.
thought we were supposed to, but I guess not. Run!
Yeah, I could have sworn we were supposed to.
Never mind about that treasure box is
Well,
empty.
we still have less health because
I'm messing up here. I was trying to go to our meeting place.
also the game is super loud again because I audio settings.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a good time to
Gotta be careful from that.
honestly, probably after we kill the execute. Not a good few seconds.
Well, I just fixed it now, so it's fine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an auto scroller, so we're not really losing anything. Okay, I'm on my way over.
I grabbed all my stuff. I'm getting the spot now.
So, when do you sell the machine gun? Is it right before the bat kill?
I think so, yeah. Like during the reload checkpoint.
Okay,
I had the executioner underneath me. So.
good. It's not gonna be a pain in our ass. Kills for 2 big trade. You get all these fucking grenades. Enjoy.
I'd like to give you back the extra after I have 5.
Okay, we're good, eh?
Yeah.
Let's kill him.
Where'd he go? Is he still right there?
Oh god, he's right here. He's just like standing there, not moving.
Menacingly.
Fuck, he's in animation. Oh my
Beat his
god.
ass.
It's gonna be so
Run
flawless.
away from the swipes.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm not gonna get fucked this time.
I'm gonna be grabbed!
Okay, buddy, I got this. Just sit back.
I got grabbed again!
Oh shit,
This is
well,
Austin run.
sucks for you, huh? Woo! Oh god, you got lucky.
How did he hit him without me?
Jesus. Quick! Yeah! Beat the shit out of him. There's an herb, by the way, we're gonna want to pick that up. Oh, don't do it! Don't do it! He's too close to me! Ah.
I got him. He's down.
Oh, nice. Oh my god, there's
Let's go again.
Oh god, I'm too close! Ah! Get away! Thank you. Sir, can you stop swinging?
Ouch.
Would that be possible? What is this? What is happening here?
He's
Hello?
pissed.
Hello?
There we go. Yeah, we're
Is
good.
that supposed to happen? Oh,
He's dead. Uh-huh.
Woo! Well, now we just go on
Got it.
journeys. Hey, let's go, my boy. Hello?
I like how we both freed me.
Dude, I have
Did
a
I
lot
use this in
of
the PC version? Maybe on controller, but not on keyboard. So I'd rather have too much than too little, honestly.
Yeah, it'll only lose me like a second or two to sell it. Okay, well, this is fun. Did you find you were low on ammo on our last run, or no?
No, but it's going to be completely random every run, I think. And the executioner will be pointing the nails on his back. I don't think he has a weak point. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think so.
Thank God we're playing on amateur difficulty. Oh,
Yeah,
machine gun ammo.
I mean, pro difficulty is kind of a meme, so, like... A normal is normal. I think we dropped everything, too.
Dude, we killed him so early.
Yeah, I think the barrel helped. But probably lost us some time because of the dope of the thing.
Okay. Yeah, that probably did a lot. Here I thought we were doing well.
I mean, we are. We're doing great, but...
So I wonder if we're supposed to
Ouch.
hit him with that barrel, then if it loses a few seconds.
Probably not off the way, but like,
Oh, you're here.
they're on the machine gun hour. Where? In the thing.
Oh, nice. Oh, get on. Hello.
Alright, we're good. 9 minutes and 18 seconds. Not bad.
Now, I wonder if we're going to be losing time here in the menus.
Yeah, we do. But I think we're good to go. I don't think we need to do any menus until like 3 challenge rounds. I think the next time we do a menu is going to be like right before we fight the bat spider thing. Come on! Oh, this is the grenade skip part, huh? We're coming up. Okay. The chapters are so short, I like. They all merge together.
Might as well be this chapter.
Let's do it. Cool. How do we get over that?
Okay, here comes my favorite enemy skip. Mr. Boss. We're too good, man.
We're just the best, right?
Okay, I think you only need to go up there.
Born winners. Yeah.
Boom. 3 full heals, buddy.
No, I got stuck on the wood! My wood is too big! Come on! Come on!
Come on!
Oh shit, that's not a dual door.
This is called the speed run. You're going fast.
Oh god. Oh, I don't have my map activated. There we go. Really, really helpful. I don't know if you,
Yeah.
I've been, like, really relying on mine.
And it just falls over, he gives up. He gets tired.
You scared me the first couple times.
So,
I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to think I was any less of a man. But it scares me.
that's fine. Maybe some other time we're done. But for now, I'm trying to finish run.
Might as well get her back her stick.
Come on!
Come on! So you're gonna get this up early, and then I'm gonna tell you to hurry up. That'll be our thing.
It's okay, it doesn't get annoying for the 100th time.
Surely not.
Now, if I can get a hit here, I don't know if I can pick it up or not.
Okay, as well. Like, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's
I
better to
wanna
have
be
more than
careful.
less.
Oh, we're actually kind of filthy stinking rich.
I guess I could throw away some of it. We could drop it in the inventory.
I never had too many of these.
First, give it to me or whatever.
Okay, so it's pretty hard to fuck this plate up.
Tentacles will always go for the life. And then in this scenario, it's Rochelle. Not Rochelle. Sheva.
Yep, they're totally fine with me just looting whatever's in here.
Rochelle. Different female tactics.
An iron staff, useless.
Full on heals though, honestly, which is doing really good.
Yeah, so. It's kind of my ass beat a little bit, to be honest, wrong with Rochelle.
Good to know. I mean, it's just 5 gold.
Yeah, Rochelle.
That was good. I wasn't right at the door.
That's a silver dagger.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Oh,
I
chapter
got to my story to be.
Really, these are the so-called dangerous things you guys didn't want anyone finding out and using?
2-person door for some reason.
Okay, I get it. I get now why you guys sealed away these things that are super dangerous.
I don't think we ever heard of
I wish I had a face cam so you guys saw my reaction. Even though I knew the TNT was there, it's... Oh, there's still one location left. Ah, I'll save it for next episode.
This one right here. It's trying to save data first. Yeah, but just like immediately.
And that's Garland's place.
Yeah, right. Special here. I think the next time we have to do something special is like on a relay checkpoint. It's not even the level end.
Alright, here we go. We're gonna have 0 handgun bullets by the time we get to the double door convention unit. Oh
Oh
shit.
no, I got trouble. Thank you.
I just wonder, there's still more places left to loot here.
I was walking with that.
Alright, guess not.
Excuse me, sir.
Let me just sell my excess.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
We're zooming.
Yeah, so far I don't think we've had much time lost.
No. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good. It's like 140.
Maybe. Oh,
Bad dog.
Dog, dude.
Bad dog.
Oh my god, I can't believe my dog's doing that. Holy. Hey, let me shoot these so that I can... Oh, wait. Oh, no, you have to shoot these.
Yes, those are indeed from the castle. You should be proud to buy them from me.
God, that's terrifying. I had to improvise with a different barrel.
Okay, remember, hang back for a second.
The barrel exploded.
That one.
Yeah. Fuck it. It's fine.
Yeah, we wouldn't have died either way, so...
Yeah, I had to shoot the
I was
barrel.
scared. I didn't jump across yet. I'm gonna let you go first.
It doesn't really matter who does it. It's just like whoever's there first, right? To be the fastest.
Yeah, I just got the tutorial in my head, so I figured it like specific rules. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously it's faster if we do it. Certain
Alright. Life is good.
If I'm ahead, I'm just I'm saying that if you're ahead, just go ahead and do it.
Unfortunately, not really. I have assignments.